What's going on, guys, and welcome back to International Cricket Captain 2016. Today we are carrying on with our Australian Reborn series, and before we go and get any further, let's see if we can let's go for 80 likes on this video. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button down below. But carrying on from basically where we left off, I think our last episode we did in this series was against New Zealand in this same tournament, this Tri-Series tournament, that seems to have been going for a long time now. But we've got our pretty stock standard Australian side. So Chris Lynn has disappointed me a little bit. He has had moments of brilliance, but he has also had moments that it's like, you know, what are you even doing in my team? So I'm really hoping that he can go and nail down, you know, that number 4 position. Potentially we could look at going and moving Maxwell and Marsh up, because both of them have been very good with the bat and the ball as well, which is always promising. Good to have those all-rounders in the side, which we do, because I think we are actually playing our wicketkeeper Ben McDermott at number 8, and that one from Yemen has just gone through David Warner for 14, so that is a big wicket, because Warner and Smith, they're the two big ones in this Australian side. So they're the guys we want to look to try and, I guess, rally around for them to get a big score. But today it looks like Kiwis is going to have to dig in, try and get us some runs. He got a fortuitous inside edge on that last one, but that is a better looking cover drive that has gone through the covers, funny enough, for 4, and all of a sudden 2 4s off the over so far. And we're going to make that 3 in a row for Uzi. So he's got off to an amazing start. 19 off 23. Steve Smith's still yet to face a ball. And we all know how dangerous he can be. But just as I was talking Kiwis up, saying he's the guy who's going to have to stick around today and get us a good score, he has gone for 19. So both openers back in the hut. As you can see, Chris Lynn's average did just pop up there before. Only 26, which in one-day internationals, not really good enough. Doesn't really cut it, to be honest, as a top 4 batsman. So he'll be looking for a big score today. 26 in a 2020, you know, I could probably deal with that. I could do with that. But yeah, really needs to go and try and up his game in this. Or potentially this could be his last series that we see him in the green and gold. If you guys have got any other suggestions of batsmen that I can use in this team, do let me know down below in the comments. You know, that is the same, I guess, with my New Zealand Reborn series as well. If there's any batsmen or, you know, any bowlers, any wicket keepers, I think that's what I did in one of my first few episodes. I basically just said, look, I need a wicketkeeper, let me know down in the comments. And a lot of people did say Ben McDermott. I think there was Matthew Wade, who I've been using in tests. Peter Hanscom's another guy who potentially I could be looking to use in tests, you know, as probably more of a batsman than a keeper. But it is nice, I must say, to have a pure out-and-out keeper, because I haven't had one in a wee while. And just like that, Smithy is gone as well, so he's gone for 8, really struggled today. And we've got 2 relatively inexperienced players at international level out here now. So we've got Travis Head, who has gone, not made much of an impact at all, to be honest. He's gone for a golden duck. And all of a sudden, Australia are staring down the barrel. 60 for 4 off just 16 overs. It's going to take a big effort from the all-rounders, Maxwell, Marsh. And we're probably, I was going to say, after that for Maxwell as well, going to see Ben McDermott today. And he's going to have to put in a good effort with the bat, must be said. But really, what has happened to this Australian side? Just a collapse of epic proportions. Chris Lynn is one of... I want to say he's one of the guys who's sticking around, but he hasn't been in that long either. He, excuse me, does now have the top score of the innings of 23. But heading into the 25th over, the halfway stage of the game, really this is not a situation you want to be in. You do not want to be 5 down, which is what we see ourselves in. With 5 down, which is what I've already said. But to have the lack of runs on the board that we have, you know, it'd be a different story if we had maybe 200 runs on the board, then I would be absolutely over the moon. But to only have 90 runs on the board at this stage of the innings, 5 wickets down as well. You know, Starkey can bat, Abbott can bat, but they're not guys that you want to have batting a long period of time. They're guys you want to come in, you know, from the 45th over onwards and just go out and have a whack, because that's what they can do and that's where they are most effective. So we're going to need a big partnership from these two here. Chris Lynn, you know, after that big rack-up, I guess, at the start of the episode, saying that essentially if he didn't get some kind of score, or a score of, you know, some... I'm trying to think of the word. A score of some substance would be the word that I would use, that this potentially could be his last series. He's whipped that one away, and I believe that will be actually his first one day. It is his first one day 50. This is his top score. Does have a 50 in tests, and in 2020s he is a pretty good player for me. But that strike rate, only 67, which is very strange because he, in domestic cricket, in Big Bash cricket, we are so used to seeing Chris Lynn being the destroyer of many teams. I'm going to have to put our aggression up because to be, again, at this stage of the innings, the 36th over, to be honest, and to only have that run rate at about 3.4 is absolutely atrocious. It's not as though the pitch is that bad. We're going in with 4 seamers today, which I think is probably the right move to make because they have been the chief destroyers for Pakistan. We've seen Shaun Marsh go back 16 runs to his name. Benny McDermott, this is your chance to stand up, mate. Potentially, we could see McDermott rise in the batting order. I mean, batting down at number 8 at the moment, that is only because I'm playing Maxwell. I guess Maxwell and Marsh, playing 2 all-rounders. And, potentially, as I said, we could have moved one of those 2 up if Chris Lynn hadn't got us a score of substance. But he has basically been the backbone of this innings for Australia so far. So it'd be very hard to drop him after this. And we just need these 2 to go, as I said, put on a wee partnership for us, try and get us through. That's a nice 6. I think that's the first 6 of the innings for McDermott. He's come out and he has found it very easy batting on this pitch. 15 off 16 so far. But yeah, if we can get to the 45th over and then just really go for it. And I guess probably in those last 5, try and get ourselves 50 runs. Look at trying to get somewhere around that 250 mark, I think would be par. I think if we can get there, we do have the bowling stocks to get the job done. But Benny McDermott, he has come in. He is playing a great counter-attacking role down here at number 8. I think that's going to be his 3rd boundary on the trot. So all of a sudden, this 250 is now starting to look a little bit more realistic. 27 off 20 he's come in. And 250 probably is completely out of it. I thought we had a lot more overs left to go, but only 7 overs left and only 160 on the board. That is just absolutely crazy. We will be lucky to get to 200 here, and that is going to take a lot of defending to get ourselves up for that one. 166 for 6. Benny McDermott, Chris Lynn, this is your time to shine. 2 new boys on the scene, relatively inexperienced, as I said, at international level. This is your chance to make a mark. McDermott's doing that. Chris Lynn, probably not as explosive as we would like to see, but he really has anchored this innings very well. And, without him, I think he's actually, I think he scored over half of our runs, but that's not the case, thanks to McDermott coming in. But scored 75, so he scored a very good proportion of them. Hopefully, he can continue to go. Mitchell Starc can land a couple of lusty blows towards the end. And as I said, we can get somewhere around that 200. At least that gives us something to try and defend. And, with the bowlers that we do have, obviously, Sean Abbott is in very good form. Mitchell Starc, we know how dangerous he is. And Josh Hazlewood as well, I think, is playing as the number 11. We all know what they can do. Hazlewood is the number 11, just confirming that. But 1 over left to go, and we get 2 off the last over. Are you kidding me? Chris Lynn, 89, not out. That is going to do wonders for his confidence. 194 is the target for Pakistan. Personally, myself, I do not think that is enough runs from the Australian. I think they have really let themselves down, in the batting side of things. But we'll just have to wait and see. As I said, if we can get a couple of early wickets with Hazlewood and Starc, we know how good they are at the start of the innings. They can really turn the tide of this match. And we're going to have to field well as well, I think. Any chances that really come our way, we are going to have to take. Azhar Ali, the captain, back in the hut for Pakistan. Perfect start. 2 off 20 deliveries. Would you believe it? Really farming the strike at the start of this innings. But that is exactly what we needed, guys. We needed that wicket first up, and that is what Josh Hazlewood has gone and produced. Before even a boundary, that one there from Shazad, the first one of the innings. But going to have to keep it tight. I'm going to bowl Mitchell Starc probably more than I normally would. We'd normally bowl Starc and Hazlewood just 5 and 5. But I think with this low total, that we are playing with, we really need to keep Starc. Probably Hazlewood as well, just because of the way he bowls, line and length. And that is not what we want. A wicket off a free hit, would you believe? And another one. So Hazlewood needs to sort out his front foot. Because it is just not working. But he gets Akmal in the same over. And that is what we need. 159 still to get, 8 wickets left in hand. But as I said, I normally wouldn't bowl both Starkey and Hazlewood this long. But I think it's just one of those things. They are our strike bowlers. They're our key bowlers that we just need to keep them going. And hopefully they can try and pick us up another couple if possible. And that is exactly what Hazlewood has done. So the reward has outweighed the risk, I guess you would say. Hazlewood has been the destroyer today. Normally we are used to seeing Stark very good in these first few overs. I'm going to give him one more. Basically because then his stamina is just about out. But Hazlewood is on absolute roll. He's got 4 for 24 in his 7th over. So that is exactly what I wanted to see. And I think we can actually possibly put our field a little bit more defensive now as well. So Hazlewood has raced through the top order. Sean Abbott comes in, boys, and he gets a wicket in his first over. So all of a sudden, things were looking incredibly good for this Pakistan side. Bundling Australia out for 193 and giving themselves a really good chance in this Tri-Series game. But Abbott and Hazlewood have absolutely run amok through their top 5. Top 5? Yeah, we got 5 wickets. And really are starting to make things difficult for the Pakistanis. But you have to say, this partnership here, I think, is quite a big one. Old Alam and Azim. Probably the 2 last recognised batsmen left for Pakistan. So we really want to go and try and, as I said, break this partnership if we can. We all know how good Mitchell Marsh can be. He has been on form in the series for us so far. So is Sean Abbott since coming in to the national side. Sorry, I'm basically all over the place. I really need to drink. I haven't had a drink this morning yet. But since coming into the national side, he has been very good with the ball. Not so much with the bat, but definitely as that extra seamer has gone and got the job done. Abbott has skied that one, and it's been put down. Would you believe that is Alim, the last recognised Pakistani batsman, and he's just been dropped clean. That is unbelievable. That was needed by the Australians, but Pakistan still definitely on the back foot with the way things are going at the moment. And we will just look to continue. I'm going to bring Abbott off. Going to bring Maxwell, because I think this game we're doing pretty well with the run rate as well. We're keeping it down. Pakistan are in a very similar situation to what we were. And I might even bring back Starkey and Hazlewood sooner rather than later. Just because I don't think this game is going to go the distance. I don't think this game is going to go the 50. Either Pakistan are going to bat it out, or we are going to take these remaining 4 wickets, which is what we need. We had that edge skied up in the air, went down to the boundary on the offside. Really should have been taken. Not sure who the fielder was, but really should have been taken. And a free hit. Boys, we can't. We're defending. We are defending like 195. We cannot be giving away free hits. It's just clinical that we can't be doing that. And this is a good partnership from Imad Wizam, who's actually a very good spinner, probably could bat number 7, and Alam, who obviously put that skyer up, put that big chance up. We're going to bring back Mitchell Stark, the left armour, to the left armers, and he has gone and got the wickets, boys. That is exactly what we want. He's got Alam for 32. And that's what we wanted. Remember, we wanted to break this partnership. We brought back Starkey. I was thinking of not bringing him back till later on, but he will probably look to bowl through, I would say, his allotment of overs here. We're going to take Maxwell off too. Bring back Hazlewood for that last over. See if we can get a little bit of magic from him. I just need to make sure that we don't muck up our bowlers too much, which we possibly might do. So we'll have to bring Maxwell back now. I have to bowl him, which is a shame because I wanted to use the seamers. I wanted to use, you know, those guys, and I didn't. I was thinking of potentially bringing in someone like Pat Cummins into this game, but still wanted to have that spin option. Still wanted to have Glenn Maxwell on the side, obviously for his batting as well. It didn't work today, but it can work. Well, it has worked in the past. You know, that's what he primarily is in the side for, is his batting. 38 needed off the last 10 overs. Come on, boys. Come on, Sean Abbott. Come back in and get us a wicket. Do what you've been doing all season, and that is picking them up. But this game, I honestly did not think this game was going to go down to the wire as much as it has. I thought it was going to be pretty easy going, but not the case. And Maxwell, come off, son. I'm going to use Mitchell Marsh. We've got to use these seamers to finish things up. We need 3 wickets. We can try and get one, and Mitchell Marsh has gone and hit the off stump. He's pumped. The Australians are pumped. It's Nazir's gone for 30. And all of a sudden, Australia back in this game. Pakistan do only need 16 runs off the last 4 overs. But a wicket here would be massive. And Mitchell Marsh has gone and done it. It was the set man as well. Wazim gone for 44. Would you believe it? Would you believe that Australia have somehow, it hasn't been done yet, but somehow almost pulled this game out of the hat? It is unbelievable. You wouldn't read about it, but it's still not over. We still have Glenn Maxwell to bowl, and then I'm going to have to bring someone else on if we do not pick up that wicket because of the way I have worked the bowlers. So Maxwell coming in now. We really need a wicket from him. Otherwise, we're going to probably see someone like Travis Head have to bowl the final over, which is not what we want, but I don't think it's going to matter because Maxwell's pitched that one up. It's a full toss and it's hit on the pads, and Australia somehow have managed to get away with a victory here. Hazelwood man of the match for his 4 for 29. Chris Lynn, very impressive 89 on out. That is going to cement his place in the side for a little bit longer. And as we can see, Australia is still top of the tree. I think we possibly have another couple of games left to go before we get in. Sorry, just one game until we get into that final. It says it right there. Each team plays 8 matches. So we must have another game against New Zealand before we go and finish up. But it is pretty much certain now that we are going to finish top. We are going to make it into that 3-game series final. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Cliffy, your king of career mode, and New Zealand's #1 source of international cricket captain content, signing out.